Hello everyone, and welcome to my B&B Gossips update channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Deke and Hope work together to solve Steffy's problem for Finn. The Bold and the Beautiful reveals that as Hope Logan Spencer and Deke Sharp team up elsewhere, Steffy Forrester Finnegan will look to John Finn Finnegan for some advice. When Taylor Hayes acknowledged that her relationship with Deacon Sharp was finished, Steffy felt relieved. Steffy clearly believes her mother made the correct decision, because she didn't want to separate Taylor from her own family. Steffy could be worried about Taylor's ability to keep her word, though. It's obvious that Deacon and Taylor are drawn to one another. Therefore, Steffy may be concerned that Deacon may try to entice her mother once more. Steffy might also feel guilty about putting a stop to Taylor's potential for a new relationship. Steffy is happy that Taylor is prepared to move on from Rich Forrester, even though she doesn't want Taylor dating Deacon. Steffy might be concerned that Taylor will close her heart once more and give up on finding love if she is able to resist temptation. Steffy will worry what Finn thinks she should do when she opens up about all of this. Naturally, Finn would encourage Steffy to have faith that things will turn out okay. Finn may believe that Taylor will ultimately move on from Deacon and meet someone else because she is a responsible person in his eyes. Taylor will have to conceal her intense attraction to Sheila Sharp's husband throughout their awkward encounter. Taylor could wish she could be the woman in Deacon's bed instead of him when Sheila plays up her impending sexy night out. According to previews, Deacon will receive some guidance from his obtrusive children. Deacon may declare that Taylor is no longer a possibility, but Hope and Deke will work together to persuade him to follow his heart. Deacon will continue to yearn for Taylor even after he decides he should focus on Sheila and attempt to make the most of their marriage. According to previews for The Bold and the Beautiful, Deacon and Taylor will have more love run-ins in the future. Thus Sheila will eventually receive some terrible news. What is Ivy up to when she sets up Elektra and RJ? Ivy Forrester from The Bold and the Beautiful is deeply interested in the life of her niece, Elektra Forrester. Ivy, nevertheless, is far more domineering than she appears. Ivy is now pushing Elektra into the arms of RJ Forrester. What does Ivy have planned? Although RJ and Elektra were brought up as cousins, they are not related by blood because Rich Forrester is the son of Massimo Marone, who was brought up by Eric Forrester. When RJ first met Elektra, he immediately brought this fact to his attention. Ivy will be pushing RJ and Elektra together now that Will Spencer and Elektra have called it quits. Why would Ivy want to force RJ and Elektra to be together? Is Ivy attempting to exert more control over Forrester creations? Instead, fans have speculated that Ivy might be Elektra's mother. Elektra is close to Ivy and appears to have grown up with her. Fans must question what is going on because Ivy is far more involved than an aunt ought to be. Since she won't be there, is Ivy attempting to ensure Elektra has stability? Is there a specific reason why Ivy is attempting to ensure Elektra's future is safe? Like Will, RJ is the heir to a multimillion-dollar business. Ivy could think that there is more stability with RJ than with Will, though, because he is a Forrester. Elektra would not have been spying on Will and Miss Dillon, Sydney Bullock, if Ivy didn't want her to think he is not the right man for her. Now that she has been creating friction between Will and Elektra, what precisely is Ivy planning? Given that Ivy was found tampering with Dillon's purse this week, spoilers indicate that she will keep undermining Dillon. Is Ivy still trying to accuse Dillon of something she didn't accomplish? In any event, Ivy is growing bolder as she confronts Daphne Rose Walton about her involvement in tampering with someone's pocketbook and orders her to stop. What may Ivy be putting in Dillon's purse and what is she up to? Is Ivy trying to get Dillon into trouble by fabricating something about her? Ivy seemed to be prepared to go to any lengths to get Dillon to leave Elektra. Will Ivy ultimately lead to Dillon's incarceration or worse? Does Bill's stealing of Eric's designs cost him his family? According to previews on The Bold and the Beautiful, Steffy Forrester Finnegan might be unkind to Bill Spencer. Let's think about how things might unfold on B&B, because Kelly Spencer might be pulled into this issue. Steffy will eventually be involved in the action, even though she wasn't present at the Forrester estate for the major confrontation. Steffy deserves a moment to reflect and even assume leadership now that the Eric Forrester crisis has erupted. Now that he wants to retain Eric's designs for Katie Logan Spencer's fashion firm, Bill can exacerbate the feud with Brooke Logan Forrester and Rich Forrester. Bill maintained that Logan owned those designs, But Katie is afraid of pursuing this further and jeopardizing her relationship with Brooke. Bill still believes they have the upper hand in this situation, even though it was eventually discovered that Eric simply verbally agreed. If they allow it to get that far, it might become a serious legal dispute since the Forresters will undoubtedly disagree. Steffy might, however, choose to stay out of the courts entirely and take care of things herself. By threatening to exclude Taylor Hayes from the family, Steffy seized charge of the situation. Taylor had to decide if she wanted to stay with Steffy and the grandchildren or be with Deacon Sharp. Kelly and Hayes Finnegan Steffy may employ a similar tactic on Bill since Taylor selected Steffy. Even with all of his imperfections, Bill still loves his grandchildren and would be upset if Steffy prevented Kelly from seeing him. Steffy may even go so far as to forbid Bill from seeing Kelly at all until he agrees to give up Eric's designs. At that moment, Katie might, of course, step in and tell Bill that it's simply not worth it. If necessary, Katie might even take matters into her own hands and behind Bill's back return Eric's ideas. In any event, spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful indicate that Steffy might get stern with Bill in light of all the information regarding Eric, including Bill's attempts to retain Eric's job. Deacon makes the biggest error with Sheila according to teasers for The Bold and the Beautiful. Deacon Sharp doesn't want to make this error, but it appears like it will cost him a lot of money. This is because there is a lot of conjecture that he will speak the incorrect name when making love to his wife Sheila Carter in bed. Many viewers of The Bold and the Beautiful are aware that Deacon has been emotionally involved with Taylor Hayes. Even while things have undoubtedly calmed down in that regard, Deacon still seems to be obsessed with Taylor. This is because, according to the most recent spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Deacon will mention Taylor's name while he makes love to Sheila. A worse situation is unimaginable. Sheila will not only be embarrassed by this, but she will also have cause to suspect her husband of lying to her once more. And let's just say that Sheila Carter is the one person in this made-up town of Los Angeles that you don't want to get angry with. That is not to suggest, however, that she will inevitably exact retribution on someone. After all, even though Deacon is still thinking about Taylor, she has moved on. However, she will not put up with Deacon's disrespectful behavior. Because of this, spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful indicate that Sheila will act. She has come this far in life, after all, and she won't allow her husband to enjoy her body while harboring fantasies about another woman. Let's just say that things will quickly become ugly. We feel that there is a lot more to come, so keep an eye on this space. Needless to say, BMB fans will need to tune in every single day to see what happens next. The CBS network broadcasts The Bold and the Beautiful during the week. Look up the timings in your local listings. Ivy's threat, Daphne's realization, and RJ's manipulation. This is a recap of The Bold and the Beautiful. Ivy Forrester puts pressure on RJ Forrester in today's episode. Then Daphne Rose Muriel Hilaire is threatened by the woman. Additionally, fans will witness Dylan consoling Will Spencer. Daphne makes the connection between Ivy and the letter in the Forrester Creations showroom. The nose remembers witnessing Ivy grab the letter and stuff it into her purse. The woman promises to aid Elektra Forrester in any way she can. After Daphne leaves, Elektra makes an effort to work but finds it difficult. Ivy and RJ at the design office concur that Elektra is more deserving than Will. Dylan is chastised by Ivy for remaining at the beach home. Ivy doesn't want to become involved, but she wants to protect her niece. Ivy, it's too late. They talk on how much Elektra means to RJ. I know you two just met, but please. RJ claims that kissing Elektra was an error. It can't happen again, the girl said. Ivy urges him to maintain his optimism. She senses that Elektra will require him in the near future. Daphne walks in and RJ leaves. The nose discusses Elektra's feelings. The letter is brought up by Daphne. Ivy becomes ambiguous. The nose acknowledges witnessing Ivy's actions. The jewelry designer becomes agitated. Before Will consistently let Elektra down, she liked him. Will and Luna Nozawa, Lisa Yamada, even shared a bed. Ivy is informed by Daphne that the young couple must resolve this issue on their own. Ivy yells that it's not proper, as if it were 1945. Daphne wants to avoid becoming involved in any drama. Ivy says she doesn't. Will is inappropriate and Ivy is Elektra's protector. Daphne talks about Elektra's heartbreak. Ivy loses her temper at that point and tells Daphne to remain quiet. Will gives Dylan an update on RJ and Elektra at the beach house. After slapping RJ, Will lose his job. Additionally, Elektra didn't appear coerced into kissing RJ. Dylan places the blame on herself. While defending her, Will claims that Elektra has more faith in Ivy than in them. He cannot, however, hold Ivy responsible for RJ's kiss. Dylan is told not to go by Will. Will is adamant that she stay even though she believes it would be better for everyone. While in bed with Sheila, Deacon makes the mistake of calling out Taylor's name. According to previews on The Bold and the Beautiful, Deacon Sharp may end up in a difficult situation when he addresses Sheila Sharp by the incorrect name in bed. During a passionate moment with his wife, would Deacon unintentionally scream out Taylor Hayes' name? A romantic date with Sheila was recently postponed by Deacon, who got away with it by saying he was getting a cold or something. Deacon can't keep making his wife wait for love without doing anything, though. Will Deacon put both Taylor and himself in serious danger? When he married Sheila, Deacon loved her, but his feelings have now shifted to Taylor. Sheila is still important to Deacon, but he doesn't want to drive her insane. Unfortunately, if Deacon makes the error of crying out to Taylor in bed, that is precisely where Sheila might wind up. Deacon's children would prefer that he leave Shia and find another partner since they disapprove of his marriage. Deke Sharp and Hope Logan Spencer are overjoyed that Deacon has fallen for Taylor, and are in favor of their relationship. Taylor's family disagrees, though. Everyone is worried since Sheila has already threatened Taylor regarding Deacon. Lee Finnegan has also made an effort to keep her safe. If Sheila finds out about Taylor and Deacon's connection, Taylor's family fears what she would do. Taylor has even received threats from her family if she doesn't break up with him before it's too late. Taylor is unwilling to end things permanently. Taylor wants to see where this goes since she thinks she and Deacon have a particular bond. Unfortunately, Sheila may retaliate and put Taylor in serious jeopardy if Deacon showed his affections for her. Will Deacon cry out Taylor's name in bed, unintentionally revealing his true affections for her? Deacon is aware that there would be a lot of commotion if he were to divorce Sheila. Deacon is also unable to be with Taylor at this time. Given everything that is happening, Deacon might choose to try to make amends with Sheila. The next time Deacon finds himself in bed with his wife, will he make the error of shouting out Taylor's name? Will Deacon consent to spend the night in bed with Sheila just to make a mistake by calling out the incorrect name? When Deacon confesses his love for Taylor, how will Sheila respond? Will Deacon eventually tell Sheila the truth and let the chips fall where they may? Or will he hurry to hide his tracks?